everyone? Thanks for watching. This is Arsenal Los Angeles YouTube channel. Another post-match interview, the last one for the Wolverhampton game. 2-1 loss, very difficult. We're going to bring our branch manager, Taylor, back on. Man, tell us what you think in the comments, you guys. Was the game good? Was the game bad? What did you think of the red card? Man, it was difficult. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Like, share, subscribe, please, and we will see you soon. But we're going to welcome Taylor right now, everybody. Give him a round of applause coming on. Branch manager, welcome back.
Hey, Logan, what's going on?
Man, just still reeling, trying to figure out what went wrong. I mean, I know what went wrong, but it's just so many things happened today that were not in our favor. Yeah, go ahead. Let's start with the first half. Let's talk about that. We actually got to play then.
You know, what's really interesting about this game is I felt like the first half and the second half were complete polar opposites of one another. And I'm sure many people felt that. The first half was just brilliant. I thought we did a really great job of moving the ball around. We were breaking the lines. Bukayo Saka should have had 3.
Easily.
He is just an incredible talent on the pitch for 30 seconds and hits the woodworking. But I think that as soon as the red card happened, which, look, if you want to give a penalty in that situation, I understand, even though I think it's very silly and very harsh.
Yeah.
To send him off is ridiculous, in my opinion. And frankly, I think that if it was a player other than David Luiz, it would not have happened. If that was Rob Holding, if that was Pablo Mari, if that was Gabriel, I don't think we would have seen red.
Yeah, I think there's a general hate for David Luiz. Like that's just universal. I feel like there's so many people that don't like him. He's definitely gotten a lot of very harsh calls called against him this season in particular. I don't think that was a red card challenge whatsoever. I can see giving the penalty and a yellow card and moving on from that. I definitely think that changed the entire outlook of the game after it happened. And unfortunately for us, didn't happen in a manner that was beneficial for us because we just couldn't recover. And they're a good team. Like, they're not a bad team. I think they've had a bad run of form, but they always play with heart. And I think because of what happened the last time we played them, they had a little more initiative to play. Which I thought was shown with their efforts moving forward and their defensive efforts getting back.
Make no
just got caught.
Wolves are a great team that are underperforming. They have a lot of stupendous players, and look no further than that wonder goal that João Moutinho scored, which was just brilliant. I mean, he's a frustrating player to play against because if he gets that chance, he's going to make the most of it, and he
Absolutely.
did. He really did. And I think that in the case of the Leno red card, you know, you didn't really see many complaints coming from the Arsenal crew because it was a silly move.
What a howler. He doesn't make him often, man, but when he does, he just turns off, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was one of those moments. I mean, you could really feel that he got super overwhelmed by the moment and made the decision. And he knew that. How it ended up coming off of his arm and not his head, it's a heat of the moment thing, you know. What we can't really hate on the guy. He's bailed us out on so many occasions. I think it was really that was the moment when everything just sort of boiled over for him. And what can you do?
Yeah, I think moving forward is going to be interesting. I was talking to Lawrence, and he just said that he thinks he's going to get the full 3-match ban for this because it's preventing a goal-scoring opportunity handball.
Even though it's violent conduct?
I kind of thought the same thing. He thinks he's going to get the full 3. I hope he doesn't, just because with Matt Ryan being out injured, Runnerson is literally our only hope left for the Premier League. And he also made a very good point of saying that we shouldn't really be worrying about the Premier League so much because right now the only thing that should matter is Champions League. And I kind of tend to agree with that in a way. I don't really see us jumping into the top 4. I feel like we've missed opportunities to really advance. And in games like this, I mean, this is now both games against Wolves, a game against Villa at home, a game against Burnley at home that we've lost. Those are all opportunities that we could have been ahead of Tottenham, ahead of West Ham, and really been in a position to fight and say, yes, I think at this point in the season, we can get Champions League without winning Europa.
Yeah, we've seen the complexion of the league change so dramatically, so quickly this season, especially. But I felt like, this game would have taken us to, I think, 6th place. And I think back over the last couple of games as real missed opportunities. Granted, it wasn't entirely our fault. I do think that initial red card really killed the game. You and I were speaking, and had you asked me, let's just say, had we won both those games, I really think the priorities then, we need to start talking about the league and trying to get that top 4 position. But each week it seems to be slipping a little further away.
A little bit further. And everyone else is, and that's why it's such a missed opportunity. I mean, look at the games that have happened recently.
Yeah.
They've been in our favor, to where if we would have won in Manchester and won here, like you're saying, like then it's time to reorganize our maybe we don't get rid of Ainsley, at that point, and saying, I don't know. That's just what I think. But I'm interested to see the next form or the next run of games, what we can take out from it. We have a big game against Villa. That's at home. Is that right? Is that Villa at home?
It is. And
okay.
I'll end with this. I think that if there's one thing that we should continue to take away from these performances, and we've said it many times before, people watching have heard it everywhere, our young players are really something else. And I've beaten the drum of Bukayo Saka, but we have many other young players that are just really putting in great shifts, and I'm excited to see how balanced our squad looks right now. We have less players, but the squad is more balanced, and I think that's phenomenal. So
yeah, certainly. That's like looking forward to Villa. Obviously we're probably going to start Runnerson in the back, and David Luiz is going to be out. So do we play Mari? Do we play Gabriel, because Gabriel got time today? He didn't play bad. I thought Gabriel played decent today.
I think for this particular game, I'd probably go Mari, but only because I like his size and he has a little bit more experience. But
I feel like he's a little cooler head sometimes.
I'm comfortable with either of them at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's the cool thing about thinking about our defense right now, is I think they're all pretty solid options.
I think Odegaard has to start. Smith looked tired on Saturday. We've been running him to the ground, and he's put in very, very good shifts. But we've also been put into situations like with this red card where we couldn't put in Odegaard for Smith and actually make it a positive change. I think we had to make very last minute decisions because of the circumstances, and it changed everything. But I think we have to start Odegaard coming into this game. We have to give him time and see what he can do. And Villa's the perfect game to do it. He's going to be against Jack Grealish. He's going to be against, a couple other players that are very attacking minded. So we get to see him defensively and moving forward, because we're going to need him.
Amen. I'd like to see it too.
Yep.
On to the next one.
On to the next. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much again for coming on, Taylor. It's always a pleasure to have you, my friend. Come on, you Gunners, onward and forward to the next. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.